This morning my heart is so heavy. Someone sent me a video of a GL actress who lost their partner. And then the GL actress wrote a message apologizing for having dated a man. Bunch of crazies went online and searched up Lookmehee and they've come to the conclusion that she has a boyfriend. What?
People need to fucking chill. Fucking chill about Namtan and film.
I'm so done with the toxicity in the GL industry right now. GLs blew up, got international attention, and the bigger they got, the more toxic the fandoms became. And honestly, they're starting to act like the worst parts of K-pop stans and companies. But this one situation actually pissed me off. A GL actress had a boyfriend who passed away, and she posted about him grieving like a normal human being. And instead of letting her mourn, these toxic-ass stans actually made her apologize for talking about her dead boyfriend. That's unbelievable. That's not just toxic. That's disgusting and absolutely unacceptable. For those who don't know, GL stands for Girls Love. Thailand was already famous for its BL industry. It's huge, it's celebrated, it's everywhere. But for GL, it's a little different. It's not brand new. It's been around in the background for a while. But it really took off after the success of Gap, the series. Since then, Thai entertainment companies have been pumping out more and more GL content, with bigger budgets and better productions. And of course, with all that success comes the flip side. More scrutiny, more hate, and more toxicity aimed at the actresses. That's where I gotta step in, because I can't keep quiet about this anymore. Especially after seeing Near's post, where she literally apologized for grieving her boyfriend who passed away. That was the breaking point for me. So in this video, I want to break down what's wrong with the fandoms and the industry itself, and look at some incidents that are a straight up warning for GL stans and how we can make GL spaces healthier, because right now, it's not looking good. So the first incident I want to talk is about Near, and honestly, this one hurts. She was getting all this unnecessary hate during literally the hardest time of her life. So here's what went down. Fans obviously don't like when their favorite GL ship gets split. And Near, who starred in Lucky My Love and Unlock Your Love back in 2023 and 2024, used to be paired with Bemini. They were a super cute couple, but then they split up and she didn't appear in the new series, losing control. Instead, 2 new actresses got cast. Now, if you know anything about GL, couple switching isn't super common, but it's not like it never happens either. From what I've seen, it happened a few times, like June and View from 23.5, Bemine and Near, and of course, Yoko and Faya pairing breaking up. So yeah, when this happens, fans do freak out. A lot of fans who are mentally mature did actually move on and enjoy the new pairing and appreciated the series for what it is. And this is how it should be. Of course, you can be sad and mad about your favorite pairing breaking up, but it should not translate into hate directed at the artist herself. At first, no one knew why Near wasn't coming back, so all this hate and frustration, I guess, just piled up. But then recently, Near started posting on Instagram about someone close to her passing away. At first, people didn't know who he was, but then she dropped this heartfelt tribute, and it was clear. He was her boyfriend. She wrote about how they had future plans together, getting married, starting a family. She mentioned their pets, promised to stay strong, and you could just feel the grief in her words. It was heartbreaking. And you'd think, okay, this is the moment fans step back and show some empathy, right? Wrong. The comment section was full of the most unhinged takes I've ever seen. Stuff like, as a GL player, why don't you just stay with Bemin? At the end of the day, you get nothing. Or, if you had a new boyfriend, you should have been honest with fans. Someone even wrote, if he hadn't passed away, you'd still be acting, doing fan service. Like, are you hearing yourselves? Here's the thing. If you're literally typing the word fan service in your own comment, then you clearly know what's up. Every adult with a working brain cell knows this. GL couples chemistry on screen. That's called good acting. Off screen, when they're being all cute and touchy for the camera, that's called fan service. And fan service exists because there's demand for it. It's supply and demand, baby. It's not that deep. K-pop idols do it. Anime does it. It's actually originated from the anime and Japanese manga and series. It is about servicing the fan, giving the fans exactly what they want. So acting like Near betrayed you because she had a real-life boyfriend, that's delusional. She was out here grieving the love of her life, and fans made her apologize for it. Imagine being so down bad for your ship that you forget the actress is a literal human being. Insane. Yes, there is also this whole divided opinion about fan service in the GL industry. Some people think it's harmless fun, while others act like it's this evil form of queerbaiting. The logic goes, if you're doing fan service, then you should be dating your co-star for real, and basically ignoring every other woman around you. Like, your on-screen wife or girlfriend has to become your real-life wife too, or else you're a liar. Which, first of all, is insane. And honestly, I've seen so many international fans talking about this. And since I'm an international fan too, recently though, I've also seen some really mature takes about fan service and how fans should handle it. But still, the toxicity is worrying. Like, article points out this year alone, more GL actresses than ever have literally had to step forward and say, guys, please respect our personal lives. And that's crazy to me. Imagine being an actress and having to beg your fans to let you hang out with whoever you want. Some fans have gotten way too overzealous, too possessive, too invested in ships that only exist on screen, harassing friends who post photos with actresses, meltdowns just because someone is seen with another woman who isn't their co-star. It's exhausting. So let's talk about Namtan for a second, because what she said in her live really hit me. She basically admitted that ever since she started playing gay roles, she's been getting hate for something as simple as talking to other women who aren't film, her co-star. Like, what? Before these roles, no one cared who she hung out with. But suddenly, the second she plays a GL character, fans act like she's in some permanent marriage contract with film. And that's just wild to me. She literally can't even act normal around other women without people jumping on her. I saw so many TikToks of that clip blowing up, especially with international fans reacting. And most of them were like, yeah, this is actually insane. And they're right. It shows how toxic it's gotten when an actress can't even choose her friends without fans policing it. You can never, and I mean never, try to argue with hardcore Namtan film stans, LMSY stans, or freenbacky fans that their faves aren't actually together in real life. The moment you even hint at it, you're basically inviting hate comments for the rest of your week. It's like trying to tell a kid Santa isn't real, except these fans will actually bite your head off. People really need to detox from the GL world if they can't handle the reality that these actresses are work partners, not real-life wives and girlfriends.
I mean, obviously they didn't ask for anything and they didn't do anything wrong, or even Namtan, she didn't do anything wrong. But people just keep being like Delulu that Namtan is very disrespectful towards like film for literally just having friends, having family, having like best friends, like guy best friends or girls best friends, or just like just living life. Yep, quite literally just living life. And she also talked about this only started after she started to act in a GL. And yeah, I mean, this industry can be so good, but when it comes to Delulu and toxic fans, it's literally the worst. Like, it's a fact, it's the worst.
Then we have some serious problem of privacy breach, like we saw it happen with Freen. And now Lookmehee. This is a very big issue. Take Freen's case, for example. That whole thing was scary. Back in around August 2023, this huge scandal blew up after a leaked video came out, supposedly showing Freen and actor Seng Wichai kissing inside what looked like Freen's own house in Bangkok. Like, imagine how creepy that is. Some random foreign fan literally stalked her, somehow reached to her house and recorded it without their consent. And it didn't even stop there. The person tried to blackmail Freen, demanding money to keep the video private. When she didn't pay, the video and photos were posted online. That's a crime. It got so bad that both Freen and Seng, along with their agencies and legal teams, had to hold a whole online press conference. They admitted, yeah, it was them in the video, but they didn't confirm or deny if they were dating. And Freen, instead of being able to just live her life, had to sit there, apologize to fans, because people were disappointed she wasn't dating Becky. She even said the whole thing was mentally and physically tormenting. And who wouldn't feel that way? Seng also spoke up saying the same, and they promised to go after the person responsible. Yes, when that Freen video dropped, it completely shattered the fantasy for some people. And poor Seng, he caught heat too, just because he's known for BL roles, so fans had assumed he was gay. All hell broke loose. And then came the heartbreak story. People were out here acting like Freen and Becky had gone through some tragic breakup, pushing all these narratives online. TikTok edits, dramatic captions, sad music, you name it. Honestly, if I find those edits again, I'll throw them in here because some of them were ridiculous. But Freen's situation isn't even the last one. The latest victim of this privacy invasion stuff is Lookmehee. Man, she's having such a good moment right now. Harmony's Secret is airing. People are loving it, praising the cast, hyping up her acting. It's all good vibes. And then out of nowhere, the internet decides, you know what? Let's post private pictures and start a whole hate train. Like, why ruin someone's success just for clicks? And the timing makes it even worse. Harmony's Secret is heading toward its finale. I'm sad, guys, because I'm so not ready to say goodbye, but it should be this big celebratory moment. The cast and crew pulled off such a highly anticipated series, and instead of everyone just enjoying the ending, the talk is all about LM boyfriend and her so-called true secrets deal. Now the fandom is split into chaos. Some fans are like, oh, don't worry, that's just her family or friends. Others are convinced it's her boyfriend. And then I even saw someone say they're cousins. Like, people are pulling theories out of thin air at this point. And of course, the haters are running with it. And if you go into the comments section of those videos, it's a whole sociology lesson on fan culture. Every type of take you can imagine is in there. Supportive ones, delusional ones, conspiracy ones. It's all on display. Honestly, you could teach a class just using GL TikTok comment sections. Let me just read a few comments like, this person wrote, and I quote, Harmony's Secret has been trending, and haters are trying to bring down LM again. Your group already tried last year, guess what? You can't. She could be dating an alien, and I still wouldn't give a F. Another fan brought up some context from Lookmehee's past. They said, only early LM fans will understand. LM has previously stated in interviews that when she was a teenager, she hung out with more guys than girls because her father wanted her to grow up to be strong like a man. Take the time to check out LM's old interview clips, and then you've got fans who think she owes them some kind of clear explanation, which, let's be real, she doesn't. I saw a comment that nailed it. Have y'all not learned anything from Near's story? These women don't owe you anything outside of their personal working hours. Exactly. But the comment that really stood out to me was this one. Some people became fans because LMSY publicly said they were dating. That means they're lying to those fans. And since they've gained followers, money, and fame from it, this is a serious issue. LM should explain it directly to the fans, whether the boyfriend story is true or not. Now, I've been an LMSY fan since Affair, and I know Sonya has always been really open about her sexuality, but I honestly don't think Lookmehee has ever, in clear words, said she was dating Sonya or any other woman. I've seen people mentioning some interview where they supposedly confessed to dating, but from what I've read, that was about their characters, May and I, not their real lives. If anyone actually knows which interview that was, drop it in the comments because as far as I can tell, people are twisting what was said. Also, let's not forget, Love was facing heat recently too, just because people were saying she had a boyfriend or maybe an ex-boyfriend. Like, come on guys, we really need to stop with this. These women can have boyfriends, girlfriends, or literally stay single forever if they want. It's their choice. It's fine. It's nobody's business, and people need to understand that. I don't want to keep circling back to fan service over and over, but let's be real, it's both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it's fun, it's entertaining, it pulls fans in. But on the other hand, if you're constantly flirting with your on-screen girlfriend, people are going to start thinking it's real. And once they believe that, they just don't want to accept any other reality. This whole thing actually branches out into so many other issues, like actresses constantly getting asked to clear up their sexual orientation or being grilled about whether they actually like girls in real life. Then there's the whole queer baiting debate and whether straight actors should even be playing gay roles. We've already seen sapphic actresses like Faye and Sonya talk about this on their own terms, but not everyone in the industry owes us an answer. And if we're going to talk solutions, first of all, fans need to consume shipping and fan service responsibly. Like, enjoy it for fun, but don't treat it as gospel truth. At the same time, though, companies aren't exactly innocent here. They know what the internet's saying. They know exactly how delusional some people get. And instead of protecting their artists, they literally feed into it because it's good marketing. I wouldn't even be surprised if behind the scenes there's a memo like, okay, act like this, hold hands here, do this fan service there. And these actresses are tied up in contracts. So obviously they don't have that much free will. In the end, the only ones who take the real damage are the artists themselves. That's why I think agencies need to cut down on fan service a little and find healthier, smarter ways to promote their shows. Like look at Roller Coaster Shelly and AM's TikToks are everywhere. They act like full-on girlfriends. And yeah, it's cute, it's fun, we eat it up. But realistically, with the way GL fandoms are right now, the internet will absolutely explode if one of them ever gets exposed to have a boyfriend or girlfriend in real life. That's why I keep saying boundaries need to be set both by the artists themselves and their management. When I first got into K-pop, I had this cultural shock moment watching old variety shows because the whole point of some of those games was literally to force an on-screen kiss between two idols. And now seeing how GL fan service plays out, it's basically 3-4 levels above. Sorry, maybe an unpopular opinion, but sometimes it feels like things go way too far in the name of promoting a show. Cute Q&As are totally fine, but a treasure hunt at your coaster's body and passing paper mouth to mouth is way too much. Some of these games cross into territory that would never fly in a normal workplace. And here's the problem. When you blur the line between performance and reality like that, fans start confusing ships with real relationships. That's how you end up with parasocial messes, where people think they own a piece of these actresses' actual lives. At the end of the day, Thai GLs have given us more in just the last 3 to 4 years than Western media has managed in the last 2 decades. The actresses are putting in insane amounts of work. Some of them honestly look exhausted. And then on top of that, they've got to deal with hate. Like, come on. Some people really need their phones snatched away. Whether it's the older couples or the new ones, we as fans need to get our behavior in check. Fan service is entertainment, nothing more, nothing less. Enjoy it, scream about it, but don't let it mess with your perception of reality. That's it for today's video. If you vibe with this kind of content, make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop your opinions in the comments, and let me know what videos you'd like to see next.
I just hope that we're able to be as happy for any Thai girl actresses who end up getting engaged or who end up getting together with someone else aside from their ship partners. All we want for the girls is just for them to be loved in all the ways they deserve. And all I want for the Thai girl actresses is to have a domesticated life, to have a life where they're able to just exist with their partners. I don't care if it's going to be a guy or a girl as long as they are loved. The girls are allowed to date whoever they want, right? They don't have to date their co-partners. A lot of you guys who are a little bit delulu, okay? You think they're together with their ship partners, right? It's most of the time is not true. Again, if they are true, we won't get the confirmation about it. We are not owed that information. We are not owed that confirmation. We are not owed anything aside from what they decide to share with us. We're not going to be the fans who are going to say them hate messages if they end up dating a guy, right? We're not going to do that. They did not talk about their sexualities. If they didn't tell you they like girls, let's just not assume that they're all gay. Let's just not assume they're all straight. Let's just not assume at all, right? Again, they're allowed to date whoever they want, as long as they are treated well. So repeat after me. We are not owed any information from the Thai girl actresses. They are not obligated to tell us anything that they don't want to. Number 3, I will ship responsibly. If I was not responsible, this is entirely my own responsibility.
Let them be. Let the girls fucking breathe and leave. Jesus.